So I'm here with Tim Draper, the founder of DFJ and Draper Associates. Tim, thanks for being with us.
Great, my pleasure.
We're very interesting on a panel just now, and I wanted to follow up on a couple of things you talked about the internet specifically changing the nature of finance and the way that it's already changed other industries. What are we going to see?
Well, what's interesting is when the internet came, it changed communications, information, media, your business. It ended up having huge impacts on those industries. Interestingly, the internet didn't really change finance, the banking world, the investment banking world, the venture world, credit card world. None of those really were changed by the internet. Now it feels like the time is coming. There are technologies that are lining up to change the way finance works. Bitcoin, the whole blockchain technology that can create smart contracts. There are some technologies that are going to make many new finance companies more efficient and do a better job for their customers than the existing groups did. So this is a potential major breakthrough. Mm-hmm. So even accounting is going to change because there are companies that are doing this networked accounting, where I sell you something and both of our ledgers get updated. A company called Subledger will do that, and we don't then have the need for to be accounted for separately because we actually have already done it, and it's much more transparent,
right.
And we're all better off. That's the other thing. There's going to be a major premium on honesty, I think, in this new world because. Interestingly, people think Bitcoin is something you can do surreptitiously. It turns out no. It's really you will know exactly who has what Bitcoin. You will know exactly how each Bitcoin is being moved, and it's going to be a new world.
So you're a pioneer in venture capital, and with Draper Associates, it seems like you're kind of turning the model upside down a little bit. Tell us about some of the new things you're doing in terms of the business model of venture capital.
So, so this is really, we're making a first step in the change of venture capital, and that is the GP-LP relationship. There are some screwy things that happen in those contracts that are unanticipated. But we all keep going with these same contracts because that's the way we've always done it, and it seems to work for everybody. But the alignment is not as good as it could be, and the flexibility for the LP is not as good as it could be, and the freedom for the GP to do the right thing or the most opportunistic thing for the investor. That's a big opportunity and so we are doing a couple of things, just a few term changes, but it's more than a few term changes. It's an LP will look at it and say, this is revolutionary. You'll look at it and go, so it looks like it's the same contract.
Right. And what sort of gave rise to this? I mean, what did you see that was fundamentally broken?
Okay, well, it's not exactly broken. It's pretty well aligned. Yeah. I mean, we generally, as GPs, do the best we can for our LPs, and LPs feel good about the relationship. But there are we make some non-economic decisions. We make some decisions that don't make sense because of the nature of the contract, or because of the nature of, and you would only know this if you had multiple funds with LPs. If you have multiple funds with LPs, you have, you start to see the long view. And there are some things that happen because you have multiple funds, because you've put rules in place for each of these funds, and those rules seem to make sense. Turns out a lot of those rules don't make sense because the GP does some of the wrong things because of it. And I don't need to go into great specifics, but suffice it to say is I think we've got a better model, and that'll be a new breakthrough. And then once we've taken that step, I think that there is an opportunity to take several other steps to really improve the way venture capital is done. And it's interesting because there are new groups. There's AngelList and Funders Club and Crowdfunder, and they're all changing the way angel investing is working. Well, they will also have an effect on venture capital, and we want to be able to play into that as time goes on, and as the market forces start to consolidate around those new ways of operating.
Great. Can't wait to see what you do next. Thanks so much.
It's great.